So, welcome back. Now we can continue. So, this is a general question. Explain four ways to finance budget deficit. So, so developing countries usually have budget deficits. Explain four ways to finance budget deficit. So, why do we have a deficit? That's a question which I will not answer. So, and it's mostly common in developing countries. So, how can we finance budget deficits? Someone to try and answer how we can finance budget deficit so that we can move faster. This one you just use your brain or your working knowledge. Someone to suggest something. Yes, one of them is borrowing. So we can say external borrowing and domestic borrowing. So we can split those points. External borrowing, domestic borrowing. That's one of them. You can get two answers from there. So treasury can issue bonds, bills to banks, pension funds, insurance, individuals in the local market. So that's an example. External borrowing, we can borrow from bilateral or multilateral lenders, issue commercial and sovereign debt in international markets. Okay. Okay. If you look at even our books, for the Department of Public Debt, you will see domestic borrowing, external borrowing. And then the other part is development grants. This one is also common. Development grants. You receive non-repayable budget support or project grants from development partners. Okay. And then we have central bank financing. Uh, when we are unable to pay for our public debt, we normally get this central bank financing. So use central bank advance, overdraft, or money creation within the legal limit. Because at the end of the day, when a debt falls due, it has to be paid. It has to be paid. So most of the times, when the government or exchequer is unable to generate those funds, we use the central bank financing. So each point, that's 1 mark. Those are total 4 marks. Total 4 marks. Before I proceed, any question on that one? I think we are okay. Very straightforward. So let me move to the next one. The next one, this is the question. The question B requires prepare the geographical segmentation report for the year ended, and then prepare the industry segmentation report for the year ended at first March. So both of them, they require segment and geographical. Industry and geographical. Industry and geographical. So a question like this can come. These are just free marks. These are just free marks. Ni kubanga tu. Just there's no adjustment. Ni kubanga hizi figures. We just put them and align them. And by the way, Ipsos doesn't recommend a certain way of doing things. But then there's the logical way of doing things. We start from revenue. First, we start with the income statement, and then we go to position. So Let us go through together the solutions which I have prepared. So geographical segment report. Here I have the item, the regions or the geographical regions, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, the total. So ignore the notes. It's for my own making. So number one, I could have started with the heading revenue. For example, revenue. So then external sales, that is it. Where is this external sales coming from? Where is this 70, 18, 37 coming from? Let us go back to the question, see where it's coming from. We look at this external, external sales. Where can you see external sales? Somewhere. Are you seeing external sales somewhere? Are you seeing somewhere? Yes, you can see. So I have gotten from here, this line, you can see this line, all of it, 70, 18, 37. 70, 18, 37. Very straightforward. Next, we move to the next one. Intersegment sales. We add intersegment sales. If we go back and then but later we will subtract, but to get more marks, you add again intersegment sales. Here it is again, intersegment sales. We have Tanzania and Kenya. Tanzania and Kenya 52 and 60. 52 and 60. Tanzania 52, 60. So you can arrange in a way that it is easier to follow. And then we get total revenue, sorry, total segment revenue. So we have started from revenue, external, intersegment, and then we have gotten total segment revenue. And then what we have done is remove again intersegment elimination. Okay, so after that, we move to the next one. Intersegment. It is just this 6 plus 5. We have added and eliminated again. This is a note, and this note is a disclosure note. It looks like a statement, but it is a disclosure note. So ukiona a question like this, don't take it as something difficult. These are one of the areas someone will get 3 marks. It's just arranging. It's just arranging. So there is an allocated revenue. Let us go back to the question. Is there an allocated revenue? An allocated sales revenue. You can see 82, 25, we add since we are in the place of revenue. So now we have the consolidated revenue. We have the consolidated revenue. Last time when we were discussing this Ipsas 18, and we were talking about, we said there is a revenue that cannot be allocated. Like for example, finance income. Is it for region A? Is it for Mombasa? Is it for Nairobi? Is it for Tanzania? Is it for Rwanda? You cannot say it comes specifically from this area. Unless it is banking, financial institution, which you can allocate. You remember when I said that? Okay. So we have now total revenue. Now you start from revenue. You go to expenses. You go to assets. You go to liabilities. And you do that way. Like you follow that formula. Okay. So the segment profit is our next thing. So since uh, we were not given the expenditure, were we given the expenditure here? Were we given the expenditure? External sales, assets, unallocated industrial assets, intersegment packaging, blending. These are just sales profit. So we were not given the expenses, but we were given the profit. So again, we won't leave it. We will take the profit. Where is the profit? Where is the geographical profit? Can you see where the geographical profit is? Here. Here it is, geographical profit. 121, 7 and 12. 121, 7 and 12. And then what you will find out is the segment profit and the consolidated profit requires some reconciliation. There is the consolidated profit, which is how much? By geography is 2021. So 2117.5. This one is 21,217. So we need to arrive at the consolidated profit. So the consolidated, we adjust this one so that we arrive at the consolidated profit. Why are we adjusting? Because if someone has given you the final outcome and you have the initial outcome, then it means what happened in between is the consolidation adjustment. Is the consolidation adjustment. Is the consolidation adjustment, and that is it. The geographical adjustment is equal to this 21, which is the segment profit minus the final outcome, which is the consolidated. The consolidated. Okay. Okay. So the next one, if I proceed, less unallocated expenses. Yes. So profit, you less unallocated expenses, unallocated sales revenue, unallocated expenses. Where is this unallocated expenses? Where is this? Here it is. You can see unallocated expenses. For geography, I know what will confuse you. Here they give you these arrows, or sometimes even they might put at the top. At the top. So whichever way, just follow. This is just placing. Geography industry. Geography is 10,182.5. So 10,182. So we less. And then we get the consolidated net profit. The consolidated net profit. I think others I can move forward. Segment assets, straightforward, no change. 104,7654. Segment assets. Here it is 76. Asset Tanzania, blending, mixing, Kenya. So 76104. 76104. 76104. Where is this 54 coming from? Where is this 54 coming from? Where is this 54 coming from? Segment Kenya. K. Was my original question having the final result as Kenya? Is it Rwanda, the final result? Or I put a foreign figure somewhere. Segment Tanzania, blending, mixing, Kenya. 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe you can check your past paper. If it had Rwanda at the end, you can check the past paper if it had Rwanda at the end. Yes. Are you seeing here? Here. You can see here, Rwanda assets. You can see. So the examiner was trying to confuse the students, or sometimes something like this can happen. Someone might confuse you. So we need to be careful. So here 54, then 76, 106. And then here Tanzania is 76. Then Kenya is 104. And then Rwanda is 54. And you just input and you get the total segment assets. Then there's unallocated assets. Unallocated assets is here unallocated industry assets. And you add the two assets together. and you get total consolidated assets. Total consolidated assets. Imagine like a range from revenue, after revenue, go to expenses, after expenses, go to liabilities, after liabilities, like the way we do the financial statements from income to liabilities. That's how you arrange. And then the headers you take, whether it's region or segments. Are we are we on the same page? Are we on the same page? Because this is not a financial statement. This is a disclosure. This is a disclosure. It is not a financial statement. And then you have a policy. You come up with a policy for your entity, the way you arrange. If you have segments, the way you arrange. If it is geographical, surface centers, or others. There's so many ways which someone can have segments. Okay. So the next, it is the same question. Now it is the industry segment. What we are moving is the industry segments. And this one I will rush through. It is you to confirm. I will rush through blending, mixing, packaging, and then the total. The same applies. You start with revenue. Intersegment, you add back. You get total segments. Less intersegment elimination, which is the same amount. You add unallocated revenue. You get consolidated revenue. Segment profit. You do consolidated adjustment if there is any. Then you get the consolidated profit by industry. Then you remove unallocated expenses. You get consolidated net profit, segment assets, unallocated assets, and you get the total consolidated assets. This one is just something that is straightforward. Straightforward. Up to there, are we together? Are we together? Ama tushalala? Tuko hapa. So I know you had a hectic day. If you have any question, you can ask me. We are now done with 3 questions. Question 1, question 2, and question 3. Uh, uh, my plan today was to go up to question 4, but then I am requesting one thing from you so that we can move faster because we need to take this seriously. If I push our class to 7 p.m., is it acceptable to you? So that by 9 I'm done. So that because I need 2 hours. If you want, we start from 5, from 6, from 7, so that, because you need time to sleep and also for your families and I want you, not just your ears, I also need you to be attentive so that we do this thing together. I know some of you are my colleagues, so we do it together so that we learn from one another as we perfect on this topic. So what time is good for you, majority of you? Engineer, on the road? Yes. So 7. Let us start 7. Are you in agreement or someone? 7 is okay. Sante. So the screen is also visible. I said this time around people should not complain. So uh, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your time, your patience. Uh, Allow me to stop here. These were the consolidation they might bring again. So consolidation is something that we need to perfect. So they might bring it again. So we need to perfect and allow me to stop here tonight. I have recorded both classes. So let me stop it.